Hello, Divine Ones, and welcome back as we wrap up our conversation about letting go of limiting zones with a focus on letting go of all of those toxic thoughts that come into your head. Yes. So we're letting go of toxic thinking. In your quest for a more fulfilling and harmonious life, it's crucial to recognize and release those toxic thinking patterns that are holding you back. These patterns show up in various ways, like mental chaos, negative thinking, inner conflicts, contradictions, and an unhealthy fixation on what isn't true. They sabotage your progress, force the critical and controlling behavior, and lead you to dwell on past experiences, creating stories that amplify your fears and insecurities. This cycle keeps you trapped in negative energy, stuck in low vibrational states, and projecting your feelings onto others. It's a cycle rooted in insecurity, neediness, and false fears. Yikes. None of this is good, right? As Lao Tzu states, the ancient Chinese philosopher, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Similarly, Buddha emphasized the mind is everything. What you think, you become. And the biblical scripture, Philippians 4:8 says, fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. This lesson is all about helping you break free from toxic thinking and embracing a more intentional and mindful approach to life. You have the opportunity to transform your focus from shallow, lazy thinking to conscious, awakened, intentional thinking, which involves creating, describing, imagining, and visualizing. By doing so, you tap into your high conscious, fearless, and worthy self, enabling you to carefully contemplate your desires and plans in all aspects of life. To lay a solid foundation for this journey of letting go of toxic thinking, consider these 6 behaviors of cultivating a healthy mind. The first one, be self-aware. Understanding your thought processes and recognizing when they are moving in the direction of negative territory is a crucial aspect of maintaining a healthy mindset. Self-awareness enables you to intervene and choose more constructive thought patterns. Being mindful of your thoughts and inner dialogue is essential. It allows you to recognize when a negative or toxic thinking pattern is emerging and provides an opportunity to redirect your focus towards healthier thoughts. The next thing you want to do is be solution focused. A healthy mind looks for solutions rather than dwelling on problems. It actively seeks ways to address challenges, helping you move forward rather than getting you stuck in negativity. You also want to be optimistic. Optimism fosters a positive outlook on life, making it easier to overcome setbacks and challenges. An optimistic mindset can counteract the pessimism associated with toxic thinking. Next, be inspirational. Surrounding yourself with sources of inspiration, whether it's through role models, art, or personal goals, flowers, hearing affirmations play in the background, music that lifts your spirit to motivate you and to help you let go of negative patterns of thinking and negative energy, because negative thinking impacts your mood. You see, when your mind is not in control of its thoughts, it's not in the space and alignment of positive thinking, what happens is your mind begins to manipulate you. And once you are manipulated, it shifts your mood. And then you wonder why am I so anxious? Why don't I trust anybody? Why am I creating this narrative that is only about negative things happening? Well, it's because you let your mind run free with negativity. But imagine if you surround yourself with inspiration, with positivity, and you teach and train your mind to think the way you want it to think. What do you think the outcome will be? What do you think the end result will be? You will feel more lighter. You will create and have an energy of optimism and possibilities and potential and solutions. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel happier. You'll also be decisive, more decisive. So part of this process of training your thinking from being negative to positive is being decisive by making choices with confidence. It reduces the uncertainty and indecision that can lead you to the negative thinking and confusion. So, again, be guided by positive thoughts. Actively choosing to focus on positive thoughts and experiences can counterbalance the negative thought patterns that often accompany toxic thinking. Cultivating positive emotions like gratitude and joy and contentment can have a profound impact on your mood and overall mindset. Engaging in activities that bring you joy can contribute to a more optimistic outlook. Here's an exercise that can help you navigate toxic thinking and challenging situations. This exercise promotes balanced thinking and can be done in a journal or during quiet reflection time. The title of this exercise is the Balanced Scenario Exercise. So the first step in this exercise is to identify the challenging situation. So when you're doing the work, write down in your journal, what is the challenging situation? Because the challenging situation is what produces the toxic thinking. Okay? When we have fear, when we have doubt, when we have worry, what it does is produce toxic thinking. So it's important that you get to the root of your toxic thinking. What is bothering you? What is bothering you is that situation. So begin by clearly defining the situation or problem that has been occupying your thoughts and causing distress. Write down a brief description of it. The second step is to explore the worst case scenario as it relates to this challenging situation. Imagine the absolute worst case outcome. What are the most negative consequences you can envision? Just get it all out because you're in that space anyway. So take time and intentionally write it. Write it in detail, including how it might affect your life, your emotions, and your well-being if, in fact, this worst case scenario occurred. All right. Now, once you got all that craziness out the way, it's time to reflect on the best case scenario. And this is step 3. I want you to now shift your focus to the opposite end of the spectrum. Envision the best possible outcome for this situation. What positive results can you imagine? Write down these optimistic scenarios, considering how they might bring joy, growth, or relief. Think about how in this best case scenario, it might affect your life, your emotions, and well-being. Now, once you've completed that, move to step 4, which is to analyze realistic scenarios. With both the worst case and best case scenarios in front of you, take a moment to consider where reality likely falls on this spectrum. Recognize that extreme outcomes are less probable than more moderate ones. Write down what you believe is a more realistic range of possible outcomes. My hope is that when you do step 4, you see very clearly that you are reaching, as they say in the streets, with that worst case scenario, okay? And that when you focus on the best case scenario, you are more in touch with your divine self. You are in line with the goddess in you, the truth about how the universe works in your favor. That's the key thing. See, divinity doesn't give you worst case scenarios. Divinity shows you that everything is working for your good. So you want to hang out in that best case scenario. You want to leave this activity believing and trusting that the characteristics of that best case scenario will work for you. So in step 5, you want to take actionable steps that align with those best case scenarios. Now that you've explored the extremes and you've seen this balance, brainstorm specific actions you can take to move toward a more favorable outcome, one that you know will work in your favor based on those best case scenarios. And also, you can do your work to consider how to mitigate potential negative consequences and increase the likelihood of positive ones. You see, when you do this activity, what it offers you is clarity of mind. When you are in a space of toxic thinking, you don't have clear thinking. There's confusion, manipulation, chaos. But when you work through the emotions and you intentionally sit down to do an exercise like this, what it does is lead you to a space of clarity. And you should also do other things like meditate and breathe and pray, stretch, go out for a nice walk, get out in nature. All those things help to contribute to you calming your mind down. All right. The greatest challenge we as human beings have is having these thoughts that get out of control and take over our emotions and put us in a mood because the thoughts manipulate us. They trick us. And so one of the greatest gifts you can teach yourself is how to check your thinking fast. Okay. You want to teach your brain to work for you, not against you. So do this activity and repeat as needed. This exercise can be revisited whenever you find yourself overwhelmed by negative or toxic thoughts related to a specific situation. It will help you bring balance and perspective, reducing anxiety and promoting a healthy mindset. In summary, a healthy mindset is influenced by the state of how you think and your ability to critically assess external influences in the management of mood and emotions. Recognizing and actively working on these aspects of your mental well-being can help you cultivate a positive and resilient mindset that is better equipped to navigate life's challenges. Heal your mind. You have this, Divine One. I want to congratulate you. You have completed the final zone that we need to let go of. Celebrate yourself. I can't wait to hear about your successes and things that you have let go of and things that you have become aware of when we communicate in our community together. I love you, sis. Stay divine.